Hey everybody, welcome to EmpireCV.tv. Before we get into the books, I just wanted to throw it out there. The 18th of August, we're doing a store-wide sale on everything. Next week we'll have more info. There'll be an email with all the info in it as well, but the 18th of August is the one you want to look for. So before we get into the individual issues, we got a huge restock today, just tons of trades, tons of comics that we have to restock the wall on. So if there was anything you're missing that you asked me for, there's a good chance I have it now. Or if there's something you hadn't asked me for, I would recheck the wall and the trades, because we got a lot in, including a ton of kids books, not only, but showcasing some Amelia Rules. So if you guys have somebody who's interested in Amelia or anything like this, kind of the female version of Calvin and Hobbes, Amelia is a great place to start, and you'll find it right here on the kids shelf. Jumping to the other end of the spectrum, we have a Punisher trade out this week. This book was not the Max title that I always talk about. This was the regular trade one by Rucka, and this one was the book that revolves more around the events, the city, the people, and the way they're affected by the Punisher and the things that he is trying to stop. Excellent read, highly recommend it. House of Mystery, I've talked about this too. This is probably my second favorite Vertigo book outside of Fables. And this, I believe, is the very last one that wraps up the story for those of you who have been reading it. And if not, there's only 8, so it's easily doable. For comics, this is one I picked up on a whim last 2 weeks ago. They're doing the exact same thing that G.I. Joe did. G.I. Joe came out with a Real American Hero, picked up the original numbering from when they stopped, 15, 20 years ago. Transformers is doing the same thing, brought back old school writer Furman, and it picks up 21 years after the war between the Decepticons and the Autobots. Cybertron's been reclaimed. There's kind of a uneasy peace between the two of them as they start to coexist and live together. Of course, you've still got your big guns out there, Galvatron, Megatron, things like that they're trying to hunt. But at the end of the first one, they go, a small group of them with Cup and Springer, decide that things aren't working right under Optimus. He's become more of a diplomat. They need to take a more proactive approach. They head back to Earth, find out that Megatron has been there the entire time, and in fact has completely decimated the entire planet. So no humans involved in this story arc, but it was a lot of fun, and it got me back into Transformers, which I have not been in quite some time. I was just having a conversation with Ron about this. Before Watchmen stuff has been a lot of fun. I'm still really enjoying it, but as the weeks go by, they're pushing the envelope a little more. It's quickly becoming more Vertigo than non-Vertigo. So if you guys are looking for these, they used to be over here by the W. They're now going straight above with the Vertigo books, because I don't feel comfortable leaving them down there. They're still really enjoyable. This one has a lot of Rorschach. You're going to enjoy it, but I won't give away too much, because this is a very character-driven story, very much with some passed on Rorschach and some passed on Nite Owl. Just some good Straczynski. These two go hand in hand, even though they're not in the same world anymore. You've got Earth 2, which is still reeling from an apocalypse invasion that lasted a lot longer than it did on Earth 1 during the JLA run. They finally beat them back at the expense of losing Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. We're now following the new generation of heroes, which will become ultimately the Justice Society, as they are picking up the pieces after the apocalypse invasion and just coming into their own. I mean, this one has a classic villain that I can't say who it is, who kind of unites Flash, Green Lantern, and Hawkgirl for the first time. And Hawkgirl is awesome. They show her with guns, but in there she's got a ray gun, and she doesn't have any problem using it. I really like it. It's neat. She's got wings and a ray gun. How do you go wrong? This one is World's Finest. This is actually Supergirl and Robin from Earth 2. During the end of the apocalypse battle on Earth 1, they got shunted to another universe, which happens to be Earth 1. They take on new guises and set up new personalities, start a business. They're trying to find their way home, while at the same time try and find the connection to Apocalypse that they're seeing in everything. Wonder Girl's being a little more paranoid than Huntress, but it's looking like in a lot of cases she may be right. So when Apocalypse comes back, I have a feeling the first place we will see it, and where we will see Darkseid, is here in World's Finest. What Marvel's doing is, with 50 years of Spider-Man, they are bringing back the old titles, only for a one-shot. Don't get scared. There's not going to be 10 different Spider-Man titles out. And it's 156.1 It's just a really good Peter Parker story. He goes back to the place where he confronted the killer of Uncle Ben, and that actually does happen. That's not just an epic story or cover, but it is a great JR cover. And in fact, that's beautiful. It's more beautiful than what he's been doing for AVX, but you know, he's got a lot of issues on AVX, and unfortunately he's not on this one. There's a lot of stuff happening in here, and it opens up and it's going into all of the things that you saw in X-Men Legacy, where Magic is losing it. Peter's also losing it right next to her. Namor already got taken down. We saw when that happens, the power then goes into the other Phoenix Force, the Phoenix 4 now. So some things happen in here that you really can't just go back on. When you get to the Emma stuff, you'll see what I mean. Emma's losing it as well. Scott, oddly enough, seems to be the one holding it together the most. But there was a great page in here where Storm and T'Challa come together to talk, and it's been a long time coming. That's all I have to say. Now, if you guys are fans, did you read Batman Odyssey? We got Neal Adams here doing his thing. He's got Christos Gage, if I can even speak, helping him with the writing. This is supposed to be a group that happens before Xavier gets the X-Men together, trying to save young mutants from a government that hates them, from people that hate them. It says it's set within the X-Men universe and it's canon. I wonder. I just don't know. We'll find out over time. I believe Odyssey was supposed to be set that way too, until dinosaurs with machine guns started running around Gotham City, and we all knew that Neal Adams just got to do what he wanted. It was a good first read. There was nothing quite that extreme, but we'll see where it all fits in. It leaves us with a classic villain slash hero that we all love. Last issue of Age of Apocalypse, wrapping things up, kind of bringing it together. I don't think it was intended that way for those of us who were reading it. There was a lot they could do. I just don't think the sales held up. For indies, Mind the Gap, Hypernaturals, very much like a Legion of Superheroes for adults. Not that Legion's not for adults, I love it too. Here's the one that's really exciting. We have both Swamp Thing and Animal Man. At the end of Swamp Thing, Animal Man showed up, at the last issue of Swamp Thing, Animal Man showed up needing his help, and this is where the crossover starts, part 1 and 2, both on the same day, just so you can get in and go. Talk about that a lot, I love it. That one too, Fury, you cannot go wrong. And if you guys are looking for something from Ennis, Punisher Max, not going to be disappointed. Always an amazing read. Peter David, you are the man. And somebody else who is quickly becoming the man and can not do a heck of a lot wrong is Fraction. And so check it out. Hawkeye's got his own mini. Thank you very much, you guys, and we'll see you in the show. Out. Do you know how much you spend on eating out?
How much, Ben?
A lot. That's all I got. But it's good because we like food here at Empire. And maybe we should just do the video, because is that all? You're just going to keep filming?
Yeah, that's good.
No, it's not. Hey, how's it going there, sir?
Hi, how are you?
Good. Just let me know if I can help you with anything.